Look, you're watching the King of Lo-Fi. Let me clear my throat. Look. You're watching the Black Fitzpatrick Show, the King of Lo-Fi, live from the Black Fitzpatrick Library Studio, situated in the 10th District of Vienna, Austria. I was born in Framingham, Massachusetts. Look, here's the deal. There is no deal. That much is established. I just opened up another beer. Clink! Cheers from Vienna. I tell you, earlier on, I don't know, it wasn't so hot. But now I got a pizza full of belly and beer. I feel like the Ramones. And I got cigarettes. I said bye-bye to November Day. It is now 2202 here in Central Europe. Oh, think about it. Unless you're from Europe. Central Europe. Today's subject matter is nothing, like all of my shows. I'm the King of Lo-Fi. For anybody who's new, especially my hashtag beer people, I'm the King of Lo-Fi, so I'm going to do my startup right now. And I'm glad I started up on the hour, so now I can follow the clock. I did a startup, not yesterday. That was together with the Walrus. That was on time. And but the day before Thanksgiving show, my startup was like, I don't know, an hour or something. I lost track of time. That happens sometimes, especially when I come on early and stuff, which means the Walrus isn't here. So, in 15 minutes, at 15 minutes past at preposition problems, I studied English for like my whole life. Okay. I'm trying to get my drink on here because I feel way too sober to do a show. Look. I'm not talking about getting hammered. Once again, the show is PG-13. So if you did find me through the hashtag beer and you're underage in your country, don't drink it. It's against the law. I heard in the old days here in Austria, they used to if babies were teething, they probably did it in the old days in US and A. They used to put alcohol on the gums. And I was like, huh? I said, you mean like rubbing alcohol? I said, that would make a kid choke. And I'm just a story I heard from my first wife. And she said, no. He used to, her dad used to take, my ex-father-in-law used to take beer and put it on my first wife when she was getting her first teeth. It doesn't really surprise me that the whole family is raging alcoholics, but that's a different story. Clink! Cheers. I don't think it's against the law. I'm not promoting my show is PG-13. YouTube makes me answer this question. They ask me the question, I answer it, and I says, they're like, is it PG-13? I'm like, yeah. So you're allowed to talk about adult subject matter in the chat. I'm going to talk about adult subject matter too. And if you want to swear, just do it in a foreign language. Cheers from Vienna. Oh, so much work. I'm glad I got those disclaimers out of the way. Ever since they changed the rule, look, everybody knows my doctor's reading Mumbai, but one of his cousins is a lawyer. He was like, dude, man, if you say that in the beginning, it'll help you in a court of law. And I said, what about me playing the music in lo-fi? He says, they shouldn't really care about it. He says, but it looks like it's not it's not even a misdemeanor. All they can do is just like kill my page, which they've done before. They for some reason, I have to knock on wood. For some reason, they haven't killed my show recently. It looks like you can't watch it back in certain regions, but I can watch it back whenever I want. Maybe my phone remembers it. No, I'm doing it on my laptop, but on my phone, I can, maybe because they're connected through Wi-Fi. I don't have Wi-Fi on. No, I don't understand these things. I don't even need to. I have a PhD in music, not in all this other stuff. Dr. Blackie. Let's call my startup. What did I do today? It's kind of been happening recently. I don't know. For some reason, I'm waking up before the walrus. It's kind of cool, actually. So I have a 2-hour meditation. Oh, somebody knocked on the door. That was a funny story. It was I had literally just woken up, right? And I'm heading, I had some water and I'm heading to the toilet. That's kind of my ritual, what I do in the morning. That's not too much information. But my pajamas my pajamas, no, it is /are my birthday suit. And I remember this story about Grace Jones. And she told Johnny Carson that whenever she says, oh, she's a nudist. And whenever the mailman or whatever knocks on her hotel room, luxury suite, whatever she lives in Hollywood, Jive Factory, bollocks. And it creates this funny story. And she said she always answers the door naked. I just put my head around, and if they really want to look, they can look. And today, before it was a cop, and now I go with the government or whatever. I asked Isabel about that. I said, what was that whole cop thing about yesterday? And she's like, don't ask it. I'm like, okay, I don't care. And but today it was Jehovah's Witnesses, and the lady started speaking, and I said in German, and obviously I know German, but I just woke up and I told her I says, English, please. And she says, can I show you the way to God? And I says, I'm a Christian. Bye. And I closed the door and went to the toilet. Becky's funny stories. So I finished my 2-hour meditation. Yeah, so I was slightly disturbed in the beginning. What else did I do? Oh, then the walrus says, I'm out of Red Bull. I'm out of Coca-Cola. And I have to go somewhere right now. Can you do me a favor? And I said, yeah, sure. So I went out and did that stuff. Got her some stuff. Of course, I picked up my own beverages and cigarettes for both of us. In my case, rolling tobacco and rolling papers. In her case, 4 packets of John Player specials. What do they call it? I don't even know how to say it. In natural blue. Supposed to be the one with no chemicals, just pure tobacco. You're right. It doesn't smell like my cigarette. My cigarettes smell like tobacco. Or smells like. I don't like that. I used to smoke Camel ultralights. Last time I was buying cigarettes in America, I was smoking. I went down to the ultralights because I like to smoke, and so it's better, I think, if I have like this mega extra filter. But over here, cigarettes are expensive, but rolling tobacco, and they got the best one here. Once again, if you're a kid in Austria, you got to be 16 years old before you can buy cigarettes. Follow the rules of your local region. I think in China you have to be like 6. Or just like open up your window and breathe. Okay, so I did that. I acquired items. Did some research. Watched a lot of comedy. I mentioned the pizza and beer before. So I got a belly full of pizza. And I actually had a nice side salad, so it's not going to be a heartburn factor. Today's pizza was mozzarella. It was like a vegetarian one. Usually I don't like it. That's why I had extra slice. So I always like to have meat, and but it was the only thing in the freezer. Mozzarella and these tiny little pepper. No, excuse me, cherry tomatoes. It's sliced in half, and basil and butter jive stuff. I do what I always do. I kicked it up a notch with a drizzle of olive oil, a hint of freshly cracked black pepper, garlic powder, and oregano dried. And it was tasty. I feel like the Ramones. I'm going to say that all day. Okay, I have 4 more minutes. What else did I do? I've been communicating with Mr. Ben Arson. Tomorrow's his big day. He's back in Nashville. And it's his big day tomorrow. Blackbird Studios. If anybody can hear my voice right now, say a prayer. Amen. We'll see what happens. Tomorrow's a big, big day. Tomorrow's a recording day to finalize the production. It's going to be they said, I always think it's 13 days, but they said it's going to take 1 to 2 weeks before they get the final version. But tomorrow's going to, I hope he doesn't get drunk. Tomorrow's his recording day. Now, Ben's great in the studio, as long as he's not drunk. I've never seen him in the studio drunk. Rehearsals, sometimes. Concerts, no, he takes it seriously. So he's going to be fine. And he's got his little assistant. His name is Sean. And I say little because I think he's little. I don't know. He's a good kid. And it looks like he's what do they call it? He's an intern at the studio there. And so they're sort of he's taking care of him and all that stuff. And so they're really giving him the red carpet and stuff. So he's got someone taking care of him, watching him. And so he's texting me once in a while. Maybe I'll have him on the show later, but he's doing his prep work. Now he sent me videos. He said, Blakey, I'm at the grocery store. What's your favorite beer? I told him, in America, Ice House. And he's trying to find it. And then he showed me, and it said Bud Ice. And I says, no. Don't get Bud Ice. I said, Ice House. And he showed it to me. I hope he gets it, because it really is. It's cheap. For me, it's clean. If it's fresh, you have to check the dates. That's where it gets tricky. And it's 5.5. So it's got a kick. It basically tastes like water, but it works and it's clean. Cheers from Vienna. Oh yeah, I did a Facebook video. I knew there was something missing from my startup. I walked on just outside the door here. There's a Christmas market. Not as exciting as the one that I did together with Isabel, but I walked out and it's getting cold here. I tell you, they're talking about snow tomorrow night. And Monday morning, it's going into below freezing temperatures, and so winter's really started. I heard somebody say I was watching Sky News today, trying to follow up on that whole London story, and the weather guy came and they said, "Let's check in with Tim, and he'll talk about the weather." And then at the end, he said, "Well, tomorrow is the official beginning of winter," and I was like, what? This is on Sky News. I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I know a little bit about weather. The first day of winter is December 1st. Huh? For a second there, I thought, I know I lived in England for 8 years, and I thought to myself, am I really that dumb? So, of course, I Googled it, and of course, if my memory serves, first day of winter is not December 1st. Okay, now I get to pick a song. I love being the king of lo-fi because I can talk a lot, but I'd like to just slow down a little bit. and get my groove on. This is the moment. I'll put on a song and then I'll turn the chat on, see if anybody's here. I know I'm on early, so. And what is today? Saturday. So who knows? Anybody could be doing something. But I'll be on until the walrus sends me a text when she's coming home, because it's the same deal that we have. We're getting pretty good at this, actually. She's going to wake up early. So I'm going to kill my show as soon as she texts me and says, I'll be home in 20 minutes. Then I'll tell you guys, and then we can get our final request, and everybody can say bye-bye, and somebody else can figure out how to do a show after me or not, and all that stuff. Okay. So it's like, what did I call it? November. Oh, no, I don't want to play November. And now everybody's going to request Guns N' Roses. That song is like 11 minutes long. Okay, we don't have to. Bye, love. No, I spelled bye with the B-Y. That was my joke. Yes, I know how to spell. Look. I have to go to a go-to. Oh, man. I don't know if I should drink faster or slower. I always try to play something that I haven't played before, which is tricky because, I mean, I haven't played every song from Rush. But, I'm trying to look for like different groups. Look, like groups that I forget about, and I go, oh yeah, I now remember that group. And you guys are great. I love taking requests. You guys are super, super great. I actually have no problem just playing music the whole time. And when the requests run out, or if something really on my mind, or the chat says something, then I'll talk. But I have no problem just like playing music. I have no problem with that at all. Here's this. Have I played this one? I was thinking about Rush, and then it made me think of another song which I don't think I've ever played before. But you are definitely watching the King of Lo-Fi. Hope it sounds great on your end. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi. Look. Raging. I realized that I wasn't wearing my earrings. I forgot to put them on, so that's why I had to do the pink sunglasses. Of course, that was Olivia Newton-John with her smash hit Xanadu. I remember Disco Roller Skating to that. Who else we got here? We got Joe. We got Meredith. The chat's going way too fast for me. I think I saw James Robert. And I have a bunch of lurkers. And if I forget your name, doesn't mean anything. I'm the King of the Lo-Fi, and I'm coming in like mega early because Gramps and Juju, which is Fox, on Saturday is like so boring. I mean, when I watch stuff like that, that's why I was watching Sky today. I was like, let's talk about terrorism. It's more interesting than impeachment. Bollocks. When I watch that stuff, it's every Saturday, I think to myself, I want to be sedated. You watch the King of Lo-Fi. Gabba Gabba Hey, of course, that's the Ramones by request for Raging Cajun. That's a classic track. And I will be honest, when I saw the Ramones, I think I was 16 years old. One of the coolest, definitely in my top 10 concerts, maybe top 5. It was totally. I'm not going to tell the whole story, but it was getting a chance to look. They were super, super cool. One of the best slam dances. Look, when I go to concerts in those days, I used to like, what this is what I'm showing my age, but in 1984, 85, when I saw them, we used to like to stage dive. And of course, they have bouncers. Here's a short version. They have bouncers at the edges. This is a big stage, you have to understand. There's a concert in Connecticut. So when I say big, I mean there was probably about, 2,000 people. And they have bouncers at the side, big guys, make sure that nobody slam dances. But they have to catch you. They caught one of my buddies. We went with the whole band and our friends and our groupies and stuff and roadies, and we all went to the show. And we were actually a small percentage of the audience, people from my town. Anybody who was into the Ramones, we were like, the Ramones are coming. They didn't go to Massachusetts. They didn't go to Boston. For some reason, they picked this place in Connecticut. So they were still kind of, they always were underground. And great show. Sound quality, awesome. I think it was all playback. But I think I got about 3 stage dives off of that show. And I remember the last time I ran straight up to Joey Ramone and I patted him on the back. And then I dove off the stage, turned around backwards. Well, I used to call it to Jesus Christ. And I made my hand like a cross. And I landed. I love doing that one. Now I'm over 30. I stopped doing it. But I was a teenager, and it was cool in those days. And with so many people in the mosh pit, there was no way that you can get hurt at all. So it was great memories. Cool, awesome place. They give you a wristband if you're under 21. You can drink there if you wanted to, but I got the wristband, so I wasn't allowed to buy beer. I told everybody anyway. I was straight edge until I was 22. Then I realized it was the right age for me to start to drink. Clink! That's what I was going to play, Rage, until I'm reading your mind. I was setting it up. I never saw the Clash, I'll be honest with you. It's hard to see, like, all the cool groups in the 80s and stuff. They didn't always go everywhere. I saw a bunch of cool stuff. I tried to see, like, any show that I could. But I was like, really, the Ramones? So, like, if you were from Maine and you wanted to see the Ramones, you had to go all the way down to Connecticut. There was only one concert in New England, and they picked, like, Hartford, a small town outside of Hartford. That was it. Then New York. So one show in New England for real. Yeah, great minds think of like. No, I was thinking about that. I was like, that would be perfect. And I was like, I want to talk a little bit about my little Ramones story. My brother says people like those stories and stuff. But yeah, I got a chance to pat Joey Ramone on the back and do a Jesus Christ backwards stage dive. You don't want to do it head first because that could hurt. Head down first. So I came up with the idea. Nobody else was doing this. I think I wrote this one. So you dive off the stage, you flip around backwards, do a 180, boom, and then the audience goes yay, and then they move you around for a little bit, and then you slowly try to climb down people and get to the floor. And after that, I took a break. I think that was my third one. I was like, I got to do this. At the Ramones concert, my famous stage dive, I got to do this one. Now, this show, Blackie Fitzpatrick show, I already played these 2 songs. I'm sure I played the other ones. There's a bunch of songs that are really, really cool, but you know what? After yesterday's news, I got to play this song. Are you watching The King of Lo-Fi? Hope it sounds great on your end. Classic track.
to the power of town. Now I'm declaring, and that will come down. London calling to the unknown. Come on and cover your rising down. London calling, that's all what's off. It's getting fast. London calling, see we ain't got no stay. Except for the rain and the tension day. The ice is coming, the sun's shimmering. That's how it's better. The week is good. Angels coming, but I have no fear. There's no matter calling now. And live by the river to the imitation soul. You can't go, you can't go alone. London calling to the zombies of death. Quit holding out and try another breath. London calling. But now you're talking, I saw you running out. London calling, see we ain't got no hide. Something I heard, the yellow in the eyes. Yes, it's coming, the sun's shimmering. It's coming, the wheat is good. I don't care now, but I have no fear. Somebody from now. I live by the river. Yes, it's coming, the sun's shimmering. Angels coming, the wind is good. I don't care now, but I have no fear. Somebody from now. I live by the river. Charlie, yes, I was there too. And I know what they say. I said it was true. Charlie, at the top of the town. I'm fearless. How much you giving me?
The Clash with London's Calling. Excuse me, it's not London Calling. I misspoke when I said London is calling. Click, 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 click. It's not a contraction. It's not pregnant. Look, 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 look. No, the Clash, great, great group. No, I had to, when I typed in the Clash, I was trying to play a song. You know, I live by the river, no, the River Thames. But no, I lived in London for 8 years, and when I heard that story yesterday, I was kind of a little bit like, I don't know, you know, the mild shock and all that stuff. But I was there in 2005. That was fun. When they blew up 3 subway cars and 1 double-decker bus. That was fun. Rather exciting. And so London is, you know, is at a stand. So I've seen this stuff before. Londoners, at the end of the day, they don't really kind of care. You know, they live through the IRA and all that stuff, IRA bombing. This is where we have to get these ISIS losers to do the same stuff that the IRA figured out. And for anybody who doesn't know about the changes in the old days, the IRA, before I moved there, the IRA would just blow up stuff. Everybody dead. And it wasn't just like a dumb pretend suicide vest. It was like big bombs that would blow up banks in particular. And then they were trying to make peace negotiations with Margaret Thatcher. And they made a deal. I can't remember the guy's name, Sinn Féin, that guy. And they made a deal, and which was that, okay, we will give you, I can't remember how much warning it was, enough time to evacuate. We will get, and this is a true story, actually. And then they would make a phone call and say, in 10 minutes, the HSBC Bank in Ealing Broadway, this is true, I was there when this happened, is going to blow up, get everybody out. And then the police would go, whoop. Maybe it was 20 minutes. I can't remember what the time was. But the police realized that to search everywhere, it's going to take longer. So the IRA was really nice. So nobody would die. They would just blow up the money and the building and all the other surrounding buildings and all that stuff. And then now everything is good. So now we have this new thing. So ISIS, if you can hear my voice, you're a loser. Number two, I don't even know what your point is. The IRA, I kind of almost understand. But number three, make a phone call. Just let everybody know. Okay. There's a psycho that's going to be, he wants to go to heaven. He has to stab people so he can go to heaven. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's like zero argument. This show is not political. Okay. I don't vote. But this is just common sense. Okay. The show is not religious. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. Okay. You don't stab people and go to heaven and get whatever it is, 6, 7 virgins. It's dumb. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. It's stupid. Yeah, the early YouTube. Okay. Well, I'll be honest with you, because I followed YouTube a lot, and that's a good question. When did they really sell out? Because I was a huge YouTube fan in the early days, and you're talking like the lo-fi, or because I like the stuff that they did. Unforgettable Fire with when Brian Eno started working with them. You know, Brian Eno made the Talking Heads, and in the early days, before they became arena rock. Now I know what you mean. That's when Brian Eno came in. Brian Eno made him huge. I like stuff with huge, but I also loved him in the early days. But tomorrow is Sunday, so you know what song I'm going to play, and that's when it was really super. I don't even know what to call it. It was original. When I first heard U2, I was like, "What in heckfire is this stuff? It's really cool." Oh no, the live version. It's not gonna sound good. I need the studio version. The live one looks cool, but I want the real one. Lyrics. Here we go. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi. Hope it sounds great on your end. And by the way, this says play video games. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. That's actually, it's like a double joke in that request. But, oh no, I hit 10. That means I'm singing Sinatra before the walrus comes up. And Rage, and I like your joke. They lost their edge. No, and Meredith was asking. I mean, I'll tell you when I think they really sold out. Because I like the Brian Eno stuff. I like the idea of, and I know Ben will agree with me. I like the stuff with more guitars, but the earlier stuff was only one guitar, one bass, one voice, the Edge sang backgrounds, so two voices, and one drums. No overdubs, no nothing. It was like super, super raw, like old school stuff. And then Brian Eno was like going, huh, how about if we put overdubs in, which is the old production trick, right? And I like, actually, Brian Eno is my favorite producer. So and sometimes he goes too far, and sometimes look. But I like big productions. But I loved that record when that came out. But speaking of Brian Eno, no, Meredith. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. I can't read the whole chat because for me it's moving like super crazy glue, and I want to get my dance on, so I can't really read everything. But I'm glancing once in a while, so forgive me. And hello to my lurkers. Why are my numbers going up and down? Oh yeah, we have JB just came in. Hey buddy. Look. Meredith and Raging, because we're talking about YouTube. When did they sell out? My opinion, the record Rattle and Hum sucked. Completely sucked. I hated that record. My guitar player, he was a huge guitar player singer in those days. He was a huge. I didn't have to buy the records. I would borrow them from him, and so I listened to all of the YouTube stuff. And that Rattle and Hum thing, I don't know, and it's just U2 going into the blues. I don't know. It just doesn't really work for me. And yeah, Ben's mentioning. I talked about this earlier before you came on, but I like Ice House. It's 5.5. It's clean. Ben likes the pale ales and all that stuff. I'm not really into pale ales. I'm not into Guinness. Speaking of Ireland, so that was the double joke. Was Sunday Bloody Sunday was talking about terrorism in London. Tomorrow's Sunday, and the IRA story, as I was talking about before, so which is the Irish duck. Lick. It's an old song, and it's a great. I'm trying to remember the year that came out. Oh man, I'm gonna scratch my head because I didn't buy the record. I had it on cassette tape, copied from my buddy's turntable. I'm gonna guess around 1980 or something like that. And this next song is by request for James Robert. And I'm going to dedicate it to Mr. Ben Arslan because Blackbird Studios, that's got to be like once in a lifetime. You're going to the best studio in the world, buddy. Have fun tomorrow. Don't get drunk tonight. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi. You can have a beer. Don't get hammered. And tell everybody what time you start tomorrow. I want to keep ties on you. Once in a lifetime. Talking Heads. Brian Eno production.
You may find yourself living in a shotgun shack. You may find yourself in another part of the world. You may find yourself behind the wheel of a large automobile. You may find yourself in a beautiful house with a beautiful wife You can ask yourself, well, how did I get here? Letting it taste of fire. Let the water run me up. Letting it taste of fire. Water flowing underground. Into the blue ocean. Down to the mighty star. Once in a lifetime. Water flowing underground. And you ask yourself, how do I get this? And you ask yourself, what is the world going on here? And you may tell yourself, this is what God did for us. And you may tell yourself, this is what God did for us. Letting it taste of fire. Let the water hold me up. Letting it taste of fire. Water flowing underground. Into the blue ocean. Down to the bloody star. Once in a lifetime. Water flowing underground. Same as it ever was. 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 Letting it taste of fire. Let the water hold me up. Letting it taste of fire. Water flowing underground. Into the blue ocean. Down to the mighty star. Once in a lifetime. Water flowing underground. You may ask yourself, what is that beautiful house? You may ask yourself, what is that house I go to? And you may ask yourself, I don't know. And you may say to yourself, oh God, what have I done? Letting it taste of fire. Let the water hold me up. Letting it taste of fire. Water flowing underground. Into the blue ocean. Into the silent water. Under the rocks and stone. There is water underground. Letting it taste of fire. Let the water hold me up. Letting it taste of fire. Water flowing underground. Into the blue ocean. After the mighty star. Once in a lifetime. Water flowing underground. Sing it to the other world. Sing it to the other world.
This is by TVs. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi.
When everything goes wrong, there once was a time I should have known better. Although you may try, it won't come away again. So why should I care if somebody left you there? That's nothing really. That's what it's all over. When everything goes wrong, sometimes it breaks no sense. Hey, little girl, should've known better. Known better. Hey, little girl,
Ice House with their smash hit, well, new wave hit, Ice Little Girl. Sounds like Talk Talk. Probably done in the same studio. Speaking of studios, so Mr. Ben Arson, you want me to call you? You can call me too. Doesn't matter. The line's open. Whenever you're ready, give me a call. Otherwise, I'll just play music. Oh, we get a fun crowd here. I love it. I touched 10 like a couple of times. That means, and I got a bunch of lurkers. Hello, lurkers. Are you watching the Black Fitzpatrick Show? The king of Vo5. Ben says call. Okay, I'll call when I'm ready. Stand by. You're on standby. Hello to my lurkers. You guys are great. The show is PG-13. All I do is play requests, and I take people on a messenger. That's how we put your voice on. And it is now 2252. And no. The walrus is gone. So now is a really, really good time. Oh no, my computer's starting to die out. Let's see what happens. If this channel like fades out, you have to give me like 10 minutes to restart everything, and then I'll turn it back on. I'd love to have you on, JB. I mean Ben. and we get JB. I'm thinking about you guys, but so if the show dies, I know that we get two other streamers here, and JB. And I saw D&D in the Dancing Machine, although I think as soon as I played Ice House, he turned it off. But no, I played Ice House because Rachel was talking about it, and that's the beer that Ben bought today. So I thought Ice House is definitely a perfect. And Ben wrote a song called "Girl in Red," and so hey, little girl, look, this is how my brain works. I was born this way. I'm trying to figure out why I'm hot. Oh, that's right, I'm wearing a hat. And my hair's I just washed my hair, so it's a little bit wet. He said, "Speaker back on." Yeah, I know that. I know. I got the joke. But look. I love everything that has notes, and not everybody does, and that's okay. This show is PG-13, so I can't say the next thing that's on my mind. And people are allowed to make fun of me, and that's fine. I get it. It's part of me is setting it up for it, because when you're Blackie Fitzpatrick, think about it. I mean, what am I doing anyway? I'm the king of acceptance. See, that's thinking. I could be the opposite of the king of acceptance. I could be like, no, I think, no, I mean, I would be, then I would be acting. The deal is I never went to acting school. I had a drum teacher for like, I don't know, 3 years, one time a week for 30 minutes. He was okay. I left him when I got better than him. I had a band leader, so I was in the orchestra always, well, since I was 8 years old until I graduated from high school at 17. And then after that, I became a band leader and a teacher. So I've been, look. Now, for me, it's a pleasure to work with you, Ben, and I'm going to put you on in a second, but I got to like be prepared here. So I'm going to play one more song, and then I'm going to grab a beer. This one is dead. Well, almost. Cheers for the. Okay, I'm going to play JB's song, and then I'll put you on, Ben. I mean, look. I got a good crowd here. Happy Saturday from everybody. Well, I'm glad I ate 3/4 of a frozen pizza before I started the show. The beers are going down fast now. Gator raging in Boston, because yes. Huh? Okay, I'm going to play this one. HEDPE with the song called Bartender. Happy turkey hangover. That's a good one. Once again, Ben, don't get drunk tonight, okay? Now I'm talking to you like a producer and a friend. Don't get hammered, buddy. I want you in bed early. You should look super awesome. You're going to be hanging around with what group? What group is recording right now? Have you told my people? What group is in the studio right now? I mean, it's a Sunday. They might be having a day off, but who knows? Well, I'll leave that story to you. Which version? I think they're the same. Let's go for the official video. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi. This song is called, unless the group is called Bartender. This is JB's request. HED, he wrote HED. Oh, Planet Earth. Now I got you. With their song called Bartender by request of JB. Hope it sounds great.
Ain't nothing right. There's a hole in me that I can't fill, no matter how hard I try. I'm looking for trouble tonight. No, mama, don't trust me tonight. You be the center, baby. I'll be the quarterback. I get the tailback, watching all the playback. Try to smash that heat and that rainbow. I'm in the end zone, biting on the caliber. I'm looking for trouble tonight. Now, mama, don't trust me tonight. You need a baby, I'll be the big summer free. Take it to the bedroom, take it to the streets, and take it like a man, play a ride. You girl, trust me, play a Ain't nothing working, ain't nothing right. There's a hole in me that I can't fill, no matter how hard I try. There ain't nothing sweeter, there ain't nothing wrong. All the pain that I receive keeps me strong. It keeps me moving on. I just want you moving on. come with me.
HED, Planet Earth, with their track called Bartender. Thanks, JB. I never heard that song before. That's cool. 3,4 mil. That's the type of thing we like. Hearing songs that like are big, big, big in the underground, and I never heard that before. Super, super cool track. Okay, we're gonna make a phone call right now to Mr. Ben Arson and see what happens. Look, we all know it's you, so I'll just say hi, Ben.
It's your Alex Whittier, Black Dispatcher, aka Alex Whittier. What's up? I just talked to my current producer here. Just got off the phone with him.
Cool.
And he said, and we talked about the record, and I sent him an email, and I'm gonna read that email to you. Okay?
Okay. Hey, what up, Sean? We got, of course, Mr. Ben Arson, and Ben, you got the floor. Go for it, home slice.
All right. So, Brian is the producer here at Blackbird Studio, and by the way, I'm going to be playing on the drum kit where Chris Daughtry was playing on a record. You know Chris Daughtry?
I think almost everybody does. Isn't he a famous person?
Of course he is.
Okay, for anybody who doesn't know who he is, who is he?
Supposed to say heck yeah, because they're famous.
Why is he famous? Tell everybody.
Everybody knows that. Daughtry record. I'm going to play on the exact same kit where they did it, where they played on Daughtry record.
Is Chris Daughtry a drummer?
No.
I know.
The band is called.
Yeah, I know. What's the name of Chris Daughtry's drummer?
I don't know.
Well, you can figure that out tomorrow. Keep going. Next.
And the engineer Jason is the one who was in charge of the rough mix and the recording of Daughtry, the band.
Very cool.
And I'm gonna work with him tomorrow as well. So he's gonna be our engineer.
Is that the drum set that you picked, or is that the one they offered?
That's the one they offered because I told Brian, the producer, I told him that I want this sound of the Paramore sound and the Switchfoot sound on the drums. And he said, well, you might want to pick the Ludwig or the Gretsch. So
two great names.
They decided to go for the Gretsch because the Gretsch has more of that's the exact same drum set.
I just want to,
Daughtry would.
Ben, I've been working with you for years. I just want to make sure you're happy with the snare drum. And make sure you have two cymbals. At least. Two crashes.
No, I'm gonna have 3 to 4 cymbals.
Crashes, yeah. I'm not talking about rides. Crashes.
No, two normal crashes.
Mm-hmm.
One effect crash, maybe, and one ride, and 2 tom-toms.
Good.
1 4-tom, 16-inch.
Good.
1 4-tom, 16-inch. 1 tom-tom, 14-inch. 1 hi-hat, 15-inch instead of 14, because 15 makes it more rock. It's not like the frequencies go low, and that's what I really want.
Okay, next.
Hi-hat. I don't want.
Next subject. I don't want to bore everyone. The only person you're impressing is JB right now. So keep going. Next subject. You're working on frequencies and everything. I know you're very, very talented, Ben. Next.
They say that Jason is going to be the engineer at the studio, and that's the engineer who worked with Kiss, the band, which I'm sure everybody knows, and Daughtry, the band, which I'm sure everybody knows.
Good.
So I'm going to be working with this guy.
Good. What's the name of the other famous group that's in the studio, blocked out?
Kings of Leon.
Sean, are they taking Sunday off?
Yeah, I don't have their schedule.
Okay, well, we can find that out tomorrow, I guess, when you get there.
Well, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure we're going to be able to meet up with them because but at least we have Jason, the engineer of Kiss, and Chris Daughtry. Kiss and Daughtry.
Cool.
So two very major important bands in the world. So
I know who Kiss is because I wrote songs with the guy who wrote songs for Kiss, Tim Falley. So that's cool. That's my connection.
Jason worked with the classic rock band and with the new modern rock band.
Yeah, cool.
Both of them are. So I'm gonna have this engineer.
Cool. Next subject.
3B. Next subject. I'm all about studio. That's the subject.
Okay, change. Go. I already heard Chris Daughtry. I heard Kiss. I know the drum sets. Good. I know you got the engineer and the producer. Good.
Okay, so I'm gonna read the email to you.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's the producer I'm writing to. Hey Brian, I'm sending you the song right when I get to a computer. In the meantime, here's the plan that I thought might be helpful to go through before we're starting. Number 1, acoustic guitar and vocals, dummy for other instruments. Number 2, drums and bass, DI and and thing. Number 3, all guitars, meaning 2 acoustic tracks, 2 rhythm low-end tracks, 2 rhythm mid-range tracks, 2 voicing tracks, and 2 high lead tracks. Number 4, piano grand.
Correct.
I'm gonna put in some piano.
So definitely. I wrote the song on piano, so definitely put some piano in there. Yes.
So I'm definitely gonna put it in. I'm gonna have my own style to it, if you don't mind, because I have some notes that I hear.
No, I know it's going to change, and I trust your ear. My song is just a skeleton. You can do whatever you want with it, man. I told you that. It's going to be arranged by you. You make the arrangement. All I did was, and you have 2 versions of the track, and you guys can arrange it however you want. I trust you.
All right. The third version is going to be the best one, although the other one and your version is really good. I like the 80s sound. So the grand piano, I'm going to definitely put in. It's going to be a grand piano, a really good one, by the way. Number 5, shakers and tambourine, very, very important for the group.
I put it in my original, yes.
Number 6, final vocals, meaning lead, backgrounds, choir, and ad-libs.
Good. There's a couple of hooks. I just want to cut in here. I know I'm your producer on the other side of the planet right now, but there are a lot of hooks in my original version, which we never could do with Death Like Betty. But there are a bunch of hooks, and if you feel like there's something missing, the ones that I wrote work. Sounds. Okay, Ben just said 1 minute, and he's walking away. He doesn't realize that nobody can see him do this. That means I get to talk. I like that. Sean, what's up with these fake bananas on the table? On the counter. Okay, they're all working, doing something. Sean, what's up with these fake bananas on the counter?
Fake bananas?
Yeah. What's up with that? Are they real? They're real? Oh,
fake bananas. Kidding?
From my camera angle, it looks too perfect. You just bought them. That's the answer to my question.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna open this up.
Come watching the Becky Fitzpatrick Show. We are live in Nashville right now. We're talking to Mr. Ben Arson, together with Sean, who is basically his PA right now. And thanks again, Sean, for taking care of my bro. Here's the part where I'm trying to do a fill-in here right now. Let me tell my audience something personal about myself. I know I'm very, very excited about Ben tomorrow and him recording my stuff. He's back. 5.5. That's my beer. Ice House.
That's your. Okay, Blackie Fitzpatrick says that's his choice of American beer when there's nothing else there.
No, that's my first choice. I always go to Ice House. I'll check the date. When is the sell-by date? When does it say best before?
It's 5.5% alcohol.
I didn't ask that question. Look for the date.
I'm just information. It's just information, dude.
Well, you got to find the date somewhere.
Just bought it right now.
That doesn't mean he bought old beer. I don't know what store he bought it in.
It's going to be on the box.
Yeah, check the box. Well, no. Before you have your first taste, don't tell me this is rubbish. Check the date. Look, I'm older than you. Show some common decency. This is how I talk to my artists. I'm trying to be funny. This is my Don Rickles approach to producing singers. And in Ben's case, multi-instrumentalists. You got to check the date. And I hope it says it goes off in May. Ben, tell me it goes off in May. Otherwise, lie to me.
16/20.
Huh?
March 16th, 2020.
Oh, it's 4. Okay, it'll be okay. It'll be good enough for New York. Go for it. Clink. Cheers from Vienna.
Here's from Nashville with Ice House. Yeah, this is good beer.
Told you, Slice. Wow. And it's cheap. And it's strong. It's got more alcohol, but it tastes like Gusser.
Yeah, sort of, a little bit, but it's also a little like white beer. A little bit.
No, it's normal. It's normal lager. Hey, Kim, we're talking to Mr. Ben Arson.
Yeah, take great taste for both. Okay, so let me finish the email. So we already talked about acoustic guitars, drums and bass, all guitars, piano grand, shakers, tambourines, and final vocals. Now we're talking about drums. As we said, maybe the Gretsch or the Ludwig for a big punch rock sound. 22-inch to 24-inch bass drum, 14-inch tom, 16-inch four-tom, 15-inch hi-hat instead of 14, which is standard. Snares, maybe the Black Beauty and the other one you mentioned. You mentioned the one really good one. Okay, amps, guitar amps. Now it comes. He mentioned something about the Marshall. I would like to use whatever Marshall is great for low-end power chords. And now it comes. You know what he said? Oh, we could maybe try the Bogner. I'm like, are you kidding me? You have a Bogner? Of course they have a Bogner. The Bogner is my favorite mid-range, high-end guitar amp in the world. That's the best I would pick.
Ben, I told you I want you to use a lot of different guitars and a lot of different amps.
So I would like to use whatever Marshall is great for low-end power chords.
Use a Marshall and a Bogner, and look, whatever you can get your hands on. How many guitars do they have? Electric. How many electric guitars do they have that you can use?
Oh my God, how many? I'm sure they have 200. Amps. The Bogner would be great for mid-range and higher leads.
Good.
So I said we can of course go from there and variate with different creative options.
No, keep it open mind and listen to your producer and engineer, and you know what your ear knows anyway, so you'll be fine. But always use different amps and different guitars. That's the trick. That's my trick. Maybe they have a different trick. I don't know. You'll find out.
And then, well, they recorded Dog looking forward to working with you, Brian. Cheers.
Awesome. If they don't have the a grand piano, you can always use a keyboard too. I'm fine with
Oh,
keyboard.
they do have a grand piano.
I know they do, but if it's unavailable or whatever, you can use keys too. I don't care. I want all the notes. You know me. I want all the notes in and stuff.
Yeah, sure. Sure, you want that. I want that too. And you know, maybe we could come up with a counterpoint melody that's really gonna make it bigger. But you're always good with counterpoint melodies.
Yeah, I put all the counterpoint in my first demo. So if you're a loss for ideas, you listen to it together with the guys, and somebody have a piano or you're good with the ear with the guitar. Take a guitar and go, oh, this is where Alec went up and Alec went down, and there was a note in the middle. That's what counterpoint is. One note in the middle, something goes down, something goes up, and it goes woo.
Right.
And just figure it out, and then put it on the piano, and then you got the background notes. Bury it in the mix. It's all about. I want it all about guitars, but put the bury the carpet of all the notes. We were talking earlier in my show about Brian Eno, but I want to put all the notes in there, but bury it, make it quiet. But if you can come up with a counterpoint, you can also do it with the voice, as I mentioned earlier. You can do it with guitars. One goes up, one goes down. There's so much stuff you can do, man. Have fun with the skeleton. Did we end up writing new lyrics? And do you have the lyrics written down yet? Because that's your homework, so you don't have to do it.
I have a lyrics written down.
Good.
Dude, this is, you know how they're gonna mic the drums? I never had as good as miking of a drums as now. So, they're gonna have 3 microphones on the bass drum.
Yep.
3 room microphones. And I think around 16 close-up microphones. So 20 microphones in a total for the drums only.
Yeah, that's normal.
And a reverb chamber microphone for the drums.
Yep. Now that's stuff that we didn't get from Roberts. Roberts did like the mediocre version of it.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, it's going to be a lot bigger than Roberts sound. That I can tell you right now.
JB, I mean, Ben.
Yeah.
Okay, you got 5 more minutes because I have to keep this line open because when Isabel comes home, I have to kill my show, and she can't call me. She can't call me if I'm talking to you. You got 5 more minutes to close it out. You can still join the show. My show might go on for another hour. I have no idea, but I promised Isabel that I would keep the line open.
Okay. You want the slide guitar? I don't know when we're going to put that in, but we're definitely going to have to do the background vocals.
The slide guitar goes in the beginning and it goes into the breakdown. 2 points, 2 times where you put a slide melody in. And the slide melody should be at least 3 notes. It can be up to 4 or 5 if it's really good. But no, I don't want a 2 notes. I don't want a 2-note slide. It's got to be at least 3 notes. Whatever, right? Come up with a melody. 3 to 4 notes, 5 max. And you do it in the intro, and when you don't sing, and you do it in the breakdown.
Okay.
The quiet parts, like we did with computer, the quiet parts, where the Hammond organ came in computer, right? Do the same trick, but instead of a Hammond organ, put the slide. Hey, you're in Nashville. Put it in some slide. Try it out. It only takes like 5 minutes, and if you don't like it, then your producer will kill it anyway. So I would say try the slide. You're in Nashville, buddy. They're going to play it to all their Nashville people. You got to put some country in it, man. Otherwise, you'd be recording in New York City. You're recording in Nashville. Put the country in.
At least a little bit, yeah.
He might even, I don't know what the producer's going to do to your voice, but he might even try to twang up your voice. So, I mean, I would, you're in Nashville, go with it.
They're definitely going to make my voice strong and the drums strong. That's what they do usually for American sound. And I've never worked with a studio like that. We're especially specialized, for drums, and because all the Austrian
I know.
You don't have to tell Blackbird.
No, you don't have to tell them anything.
Because they already know. They know how to do this. This is the fast pros we're talking about, right?
Even Raging Cajun comes in. He says, Ben, put a little twang in it with exclamation point. So it's like you're natural. Find the twang. Find the twang.
It's not supposed to be only a standard rock song, but some specialty in it, you know, something that goes out, you know, something that comes out of all the mix.
The last thing I'm going to tell you is, well, Ben, and I always tell this to you, make it sound like 2020, okay? I want it to be original sound, 2020.
All I know is I'm going to make it big, okay? I don't know what 2020 means. I can make
I like new music. Make it sound new music. We're obviously using old stuff. The song is just a skeleton. The song is a song.
I'm not making it EDM, if that's what you want to talk about.
No. I'm not talking about that. Who's going to play the bass?
What?
Who is going to play the bass line?
Brian. I'm going to send him the song right now on the sheet. Oh, remember, one more thing. It's really important. I got to write something down. You're going to have to stay 5 more minutes with me.
No, you got 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes.
Oh, that's important.
I can kick you out because I don't want to get kicked out by Isabella. Just write it to me in a text later. You can text to me, but I have to turn off the video chat thing with you. You can text me, and I'll write back to you, okay? You got 1 minute.
What's the chords? Tell me the chords now.
It's called C major falling.
No, it's not C. For the bass player, it is not C because we're on capo, remember?
Then whatever you, I don't know how much you put it up. How much you put it up? The whole step?
I'm on the second one, the capo. I'm on the second.
D major falling. It's just D major falling. That's it. Write down that. If there's a good bass player who'll understand what that means. D major, D Ionian falling. You write that down.
It's here on this one.
Yeah, write it down on a piece of paper right now. D major slash.
Wait. What?
I don't have any time to wait, buddy. We already talked about this stuff. D major falling. Write it down. D major falling. Sean's doing it. Slash D Ionian falling, which means the same thing. Falling. That's it. And the key change. There's one key change. Which goes to it's going to be C. Then write down C falling. That's the key change. I guess that I rely on you. I do the Eric Clapton trick. I lowered the seventh. So you write down C falling for the which is kind of the bridge, and the chorus just repeats the whole stuff. And the middle, the C part, the real middle part, is just a rocky. Ba, da, 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 da. That's easy. Ben will figure it out.
But you know, C major falling. But what's the other chord? I mean, falling is just one word.
The whole chord is going to be D major. I told you this before. Okay, Sean's writing it down. So the high notes are going to be D major, a D major chord. And we're going to put a little tiny melody into it. 3-note melody.
Doesn't care about the major. The bass player wants to see the.
I told you the bass player's notes. D major falling. That's it. You do the rest with your ear. Put in the melodies. And the guitar and the piano and all that stuff. Make sure the melodies are all counterpointing. And it'll be full and big and beautiful. Piano's there for an effect. If somebody's missing a note in the key, you put the note in somewhere in a tiny 3-note melody. It's really not that hard. Sean's keeping up with me. Good. Okay, Ben, ciao for now. Sean, thank you. Ciao for now. Give me a call in the studio. If you get stuck, you give me a call in the studio, okay? Isabella's gone all day tomorrow. So you can call me up anytime if you get stuck, okay? And I'll talk to the producer and you. Good. Okay. I love you, man. God bless you. Have a great. Make sure you go to bed. Yeah, clink. Cheers from Vienna. Cheers to Nashville. Make sure you're well rested, buddy. Okay, you have a long day. I know you're good with long days, but make sure you get at least 6 hours of sleep. I know you're under 30.
Sleep or something. 6 to 9 hours of sleep. Yeah.
I would get 9, to be honest with you, and have a nice slow morning, and have a nice coffee, a good shower, make your hair look good. You know what I mean? Smell and look great when you go there.
I know, and we're going to do some video behind the scenes footage with HD 1080 quality. So
yeah, good.
It'd be great.
Yeah, so just make sure you're well rested. Even Kim is coming in.
Kim is all around me, buddy.
Yeah, rest. Kim Pribble comes in. He says, "Yes, rest is the best, Ben." So rest is best.
There's going to be cameras all around me tomorrow, Alec. I love you.
Yeah, I love you too, man. Ciao for now. Join the chat if you want. Bye. See you later, Sean. Ciao. That's the type of thing we like in the Blackie Fitzpatrick show. Boy, I'm working here. And I got to make sure I don't piss off the walrus. She knows that I have a big day tomorrow, but she has to go to work. James says, interesting call. No, this is how I work with him. Trust me, usually I talk with him for about 2 hours, but I promised the walrus that I would keep the line open, and she's going to give me a heads up. And look. Kim says C7 major sustain. No, it's not. Look. Anyway, I don't want to get into music serious stuff, but luckily Sean is being a great PA, and he's taking care of Ben and all that stuff. And Ben's got a great ear, so he'll know when it's wrong. But it's better if he knows exactly what to do. But we had this phone call, the same one, like a week ago. We talk about all this stuff, and he didn't record. He said he was recording it, but it looks like he didn't. And he's, as you can imagine, he's rather excited. I don't like the word nervous. I like the word anxious. To be anxious means to do something new. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I've been into a lot of big studios and stuff, and I've been into what we call city studios with Ben together here, and they're decent studios. You guys have heard Computer and Girl in Red and Lydia, and I've made and others, and I made some really good productions with them. Those are the 3 ones that I like the most. But he's going to do my song, so that's why he has to ask me about the notes and stuff. He's like, just wants to double check. He likes to double and triple and quadruple check, quintuplets, and he's always about stuff like that. And but I would be excited as well if I was going in there, and I wish I was there, but it's a cash flow problem. This much is true.
So true, funny how it seems, always in time, but never in line for dreams. Head over heels, toe to toe. This is the sound of my soul. This is the sound. I want to take it to the world. But now I've come back again. Why do I find it hard to write the next line? Oh, I want you to say, I know this much is true. I know this much is with a thread in my hand and a pill on my tongue. There's all the nerves that just begun. Listening to morning on my floor. This is the sound of my soul. This is the sound always from my hands as it follows the soul. Take your feet down to break the baseline. Oh, I want you to know. I know this much is true. I know this much is true. But now I've come back again. What a way to recognize life. I know this much is true. I know this much is
Okay. Look. Raging, I'll play with you. The guy with the shoes. That's my clue? Okay. Because I can take that joke to like a lot of different places. With the face and the lips. Guy, I have one clue. Guy. Second clue is shoes. So singular, and then shoes is a pair of shoes. And now my two other clues: face, lips. Dude, man, I just got off the phone with producing Ben Arson. My brain is fried right now, but I'll play the game. So we need a face, we need lips. So we got two singulars. Guy with the face, wears shoes, and he has lips. Who is famous for shoes? Everybody has lips. I mean, famous for lips would be like Steven Tyler. But I don't think of Steven Tyler as a shoe guy. If you said the guys with the shoes, I would think of Kiss, because Ben's talking about Kiss and stuff. So that's not it, because you said guy singular. The guy, yeah, I know. That's what it did. All those ones came to my head. There's tons of them. But Pee Wee Herman, lips doesn't ring a bell. Boy, George wore lipstick. Rachel says correct. Which one? David Bowie. I didn't think of him as lips. Oh man, no, my brain is a little bit fried right now. I'm glad I ate before the show. I knew I was going to be talking to Ben and stuff like that, but he's all excited, and so am I. You didn't tell me which one it is. Kim says Mick Jagger. I don't remember Mick Jagger with shoes and stuff. Bowie had weird shoes. Pee Wee Herman had weird shoes. Bozo the Clown? I don't remember him singing. All joking aside, play it. Look, you didn't give us enough clues. You're stumping me. I'm going to go to Kim's request. Jay, he's an old. Is that the one? I don't know that track. You said I know it. Raymond Burr. Look. So it's the one that it's a Jay, he's an old song called The Usual Place. That's the one I'm supposed to pick? He said, do it again. I don't even know what I'm supposed to click on. If I click on Kim's thing, then my channel turns off. I can't click that button. Oh, man. Clear. I said clears. I believe you, Rachel. You get it? Look. Jamie knows how to do this. You're going to type in request, : and then what it says. Play Rage. I don't know what Ragens is. You guys are both messing with my head. I don't know what Ragen's song is. Got the moves like Raymond Burr. That's the name of the song. Oh, no, he's talking about himself. He has the finger pointing thing. I'll play this game for like another 5 or 10 minutes. I don't care. Now, what is play that funky music, white boy? That has nothing to do with shoes. Hold on a second. I think I was on a scavenger hunt that led to no Easter eggs. I feel a bit depraved. Look, it doesn't matter. I think it's funny too. I'm smiling, and I hope you guys are all laughing out loud. Look, cheers from Vienna. Actually, I'm not stoned, but I probably should try another one of these things. I haven't had one yet today. I'm going to go for the crunch. It's just CBD, but because I want to fall asleep before the walrus comes on. And I love showing this stuff because it looks like a bud, but it's not mega sweet, but it's semi sweet, and it's just like a bunch of CBD. I'm from Boston, sorry, but when I talk and eat, I slow down a little bit. Welcome to the Black Fitzpatrick Show. Look. Wow. That stuff is strong. Or it's off. Like Ben's 1-month-old beer. Cheers from you. Wow. I don't know. I think it's off. The drugs still work. Doesn't matter. I mean, legal drugs. This show is PG-13. Yeah, cheers, mate, or girlfriend. Like with your name, I can't really figure out. Tell us your name and tell us. I mean, not your real name, but tell us your time zone. Tell us where you're from, or if I missed it already. I don't know. And how did you find me? Was it through #beer? Clink. Another black and my mods are going to stay away from you as long as you're cool. PG-13. You can hang around with us, and you'll be one of our new people. And I'm playing requests here. Poland, hey, yeah, you got me through #beer. Cool, it works. One of our friends here from Moscow, she told me, she said, Blakey, you get to put in #live chat, you get new people. And I came up with the idea, #beer, because all I did was drink beer. I tell you, I have good friends from Poland. I'm living here in Vienna, Austria. Not that far away from you. You're kind of in the middle between me and my friend from Moscow. And I'm from Massachusetts, but I love beer. So I thought I'll put in hashtag beer and maybe get some new people. So I'm going to mod you. You said the magic word. Once again, PG-13. I'll try to slow down for you, buddy. But you're in. You're now a mod. And all we do is try to play with the English language. I know sometimes I talk fast. That's just the way it is. Everybody say hi to our new friend. We have a small, intimate crowd here. Tonight, well, more than a handful. I was touching over 10 before earlier, which means I get to sing Sinatra when my girlfriend says she's coming home. We really got to kill everything. No, Polish beer is great. I was told by my Russian friend that Polish beer is a lot better than Russian beer. I never had Russian beer, but I've had Polish beer. When I lived in London, they had a lot of Polish beer. And Polish beer is awesome. I'm drinking Austrian beer here right now. Guster, I don't know if you can get that in Poland. My friends from Poland lived in the Krakow area. No, you're welcome. They lived in the Krakow or just outside of Krakow. Hey, we got somebody new on the Blackie Fitzpatrick channel. Well, I mean on the Alec Whittier thing, but my show is called Blackie Fitzpatrick. And by the pink card, I'm guessing that you're a girl. So welcome. I'm going to take things off track a little bit here because and I love this. Tonight is a great show because talking to Nashville, Tennessee. Now we got Poland on the horn, and I'm live here in Vienna, and raging in Louisiana is making me laugh so much and confusing me. And we're talking to Indiana, and we had Massachusetts on earlier, and look. The Blackie Fitzpatrick Show is an international show where people just want to have fun, listen to music and lo-fi. This is probably a song, actually. I know I can't. That's a bad link. What do I want to play? I have to think about what's on. Nothing's on my mind. Okay, I have to go to a go-to. And I have to come up with a new name for our new person because your name is really long. But oh, I tell you, you know what? I'm feeling it. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi. Oh,
Jetzt 100% bonussicher. Du gewinnst.
This says go betting. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi.
You need
Led Zeppelin. I like the jokes in the chat. Led Steppin, Steppenwolf. Rachel, stop playing that game with me. You're a tease, and I have to come up with how do I say your name? I'm gonna call you Ryko. Ryko is one of our new mods here, and Ryko's from Poland and playing by the rules. And Ryko, if you want to hear a song, let me know what it is. But you got to tell me what it is, how to find it on YouTube. Look, I don't conveniently do anything, Joan. I just got off with Ben, and I'm like, my brain is like thinking, I'm like in producer mode right now. I'm trying to go back into beer mode. And our new person, Ryko, found us through hashtag beer. Thanks to Elena telling me that trick. I never even realized you could put in hashtag beer and find new friends. Clink! Cheers from Vienna. Should I play that one, Kim? G Lovin' special sauce. Look. I think Kim wants to hear that one. I'll play that one. Do it. It's got to be a funny version of it. We can all drink together. Unless your doctor tells you don't drink. Well, wait, hey, you can drink like freshly squeezed orange juice from navel oranges grown in Florida. If you have the luxury. Or you could go to your local Marks and Spencer's in London unless the area has been cordoned off. Oh no, 18 minutes long. Can't play that. You guys are messing with me. Okay, look, I'm going to play real music here. No, you guys are funny. I love it. I love it. I love it. 18 minutes long. Okay, Jamie's got a request. The only problem, Jamie, and every time I play stuff that you request, not every time, but most of the time, it's so like big that in lo-fi, people say, I can't, like Nirvana, for example. The last time I played Nirvana, look, I post-produced my show. It doesn't seem to cut the mustard. You guys can put in links whenever you want. And you guys can make me laugh, and I love it. Because to be honest with you, I'm in a really great mood, as one can imagine. And I really am. Watching the King of Lo-Fi. Lo-Fi? A Blindside. Pitfall.
so cold in the stomach, snagging away from the sea, away from you, like nothing aside from the therapy road. And I admit that I was only waiting for the right time, the right moment for me to I pretended for
Blindside, Pitfall. Hey, you're watching the Blackie Fitzpatrick Show, correct, at the usual place. By request, Jay Giles Band.
Please be there on time. Please be there on time. Don't be late. Please be there on time. Usual way. I can't go another night. Been so long with you time. Darling, keep me out of the room. Please be there all time. Usual way.
The usual place, Jay Giles Band, by request. That was for you, Kim. Look, I'm going to go into a segue here, and I'll be honest with you. I'm going to take it all the way from Boston down to Manhattan, and you're watching the King of Lo-Fi. Hope it sounds great on your end. The moral of the story is I'm in love with my uptown girl. Billy Joel with his song that ruined his career. Thank you. I got that joke from religion. Look, I'll be honest with you. I actually do like that song. And I had a brush with greatness with Billy Joel. Turns out he's a jerk. I never shook his hand. But look. Indiana Jones, look. I was waiting for someone to say the magic keyword. My favorite song, this is pretend. My favorite song, this is all to pretend. This is real. Clink! Cheers from Vienna. No, I did a show earlier on Facebook. I know, Joan, I think you were on it. I think you were. I think I said hi, girlfriend. But I did a tiny show walking around the Christmas market just outside the door here. It's actually kind of cool. And you see me walk. I showed the messed up wall. I know a lot of people don't like Facebook, but for anybody who likes Facebook, I did a show. This is from my mom, actually. And hi, Mom, if you're watching. I think she is. She's lurking tonight. She's waiting for a zinger to come in. My mom, she's from Martha's Vineyard. She knows how to come in with style. She doesn't just say hi to everybody. She's waiting for like the best joke in town to come in. But I broke the rules last week because the walrus said she wanted to go to a Christmas market. And I said, I don't want to do it before Thanksgiving. And she says, your mother wants to see the Christmas lights. in Vienna. And I'm like, I said, after Thanksgiving. And then she confessed to me. She says, but I want to go now before it gets too busy. And I said, babes, for you, I love you. I'll do whatever you want. So I did 4 shows or 5 shows last week. And today I called it Christmas in Vienna, part 6. And so if anybody who missed it, if you want to watch it, I haven't even watched it yet. It might be funny. I have no idea. It might be cool. But I tried my best. It's like a 5-10 minute thing or whatever. It's nothing long. But I thought, and Joan, you gave me the keyword. You said the word Christmas. Black Friday's over. Thanksgiving's over. I don't even care about electronic cyborg robot Monday. I don't even have a credit card. But I do love playing music in lo-fi. You're watching the king of lo-fi. Oh, I have a commercial.
Mach jetzt den C&A-Stil der Stadt. Anzug nur 49,90 €.
And of course, that actually, well, I got a lot of favorite songs. This one comes with a little story. Chris Rea with a song called "Driving Home for Christmas." I think last year when I was drinking red wine, I would play that song and get depressed. This year, I'm actually happy. But I played 2 concerts together in a row with Chris Rea here in Austria. It was actually my pleasure to hang out with him and open up for him. I wasn't on stage with him, but I was backstage with him. That was the good part. We ate the same food for 2 days in a row, drank the same stuff 2 days in a row. And he was pleased to hang around with someone who could speak English, if you know what I mean, here in Vienna. We did 1 show in Vienna and 1 show in Linz. I think it was Linz. And these were like packed, sold out shows. And very, very great musician. And so I'm pleased to say that was the first Christmas song that I played this year. And it looks like we have some other Christmas requests coming out. And you're definitely like. Hey guys, I know for me it is now December. It is now 0008 on the dot. And Christmas season has started, so if anybody wants to hear Christmas stuff, now's the time to put it in. I can't remember who said it. It was one of you guys. I think it was Kim. But I'm going to play this version because I never heard it before. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi. I hope it sounds great on your end. I do actually hope it sounds great. Those pentatonics. I don't know if I can find it. Let me try. Like that. Bear with me here. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. This one I think I've already played before. Joan didn't like it, but there was this great. Okay, I have to type in. Yeah, okay. Oh, maybe I found it. Okay, I see if I get lucky.
Next came Brian from Brian Farmers with their unique seasonal take on Christmas. What would the Dragons make of this?
I'm Brian. This is my co-director, Ken. Hello. Pleased to meet you. We're looking for a £250,000 investment for a 10% stake in our business. Thanks, Brian. This is our new month, the month of Auxember.
Auxember.
Auxember is a unique concept in monthliness. It has 31 days, and packed into every single one of those 31 days is an astonishing 15 hours of daylight. But here's the bit that we think will really excite you about Auxember. We intend to relocate Christmas Day to the 15th of Auxember. Over to you, Ken.
So there are 2 thanks, Brian. There are 2 shopping weeks before Christmas Day, and into each of these days we pack 15 hours of summer daylight. This is a glimpse of what Bond Street might look like shopping time in Auxember. That's a lot of Christmas shopping time. Good USP.
Thank you. I like the sound of this. I say enjoyment of colors in my thoughts, and I can hear the cash registers. I'm ring-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding, a sing-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding, a ting-ting-ting-ting-ting. 31 days in November. That's right, yes. Where are you going to find all these days? Winter into peace from other months. It all seemed to be going very well for Brian and Ken. The dragons seemed to be impressed by their month. Until Duncan spotted a potential problem. This month. Between which other months in the calendar is November going to come? You haven't thought about it at all, have you? You have no idea where your month goes. You're making it up on the spot. It looks like 10 round months began to unravel. Now, all the other dragons had joined forces with Duncan and started to be nasty too. You're pathetic, you're disgusting, I'm out. I don't tell you. You two are a pair of bloody chicken monkey sods. I hate you. I'm out. It's all down to the grumpy. But she doesn't look impressed either. See how she looks at them with loathing and contempt, hating every fibre of Brian and Ken's perspiring bodies. Hello. It all seems to be going so well for them. But in the end, it was a bit of a silly month, really, wasn't it? We've got another invention, though.
I love that joke. I put the link in if anybody wants to watch it after my show, or you can watch it now too. I don't care. But it's really it's British humor at its best. Harry Enfield, really great. It's you don't hear this stuff in America. It's really funny. They're doing one of these contest fake reality TV show stuff that I hate, and they're taking this is PG-13. They're taking the piss out of it, taking the Mickey out of it, and the two people come in, and the whole show is done by two people, so it's actually quite clever with uniforms and costumes and makeup and blah 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 Nyborg, and they're trying to sell whatever these contest shows are called. It's like, well, if I have a great idea, will you invest in my business? So they put all these dumb people on. This is all the setup thing. And the joke is they came up with an idea for a new month called Aug, like August, Aug-sember. So like Christmas, it's a brand new month. And so that I'm laughing like crazy glue over here. If you're interested in British comedy and you don't know about Harry Enfield, I recommend checking it out. You're watching The King of Lo-Fi. I hope it sounds great in your end.
Hello, is everybody there? Just know that you can hear me. Is there anybody home? Come on now. I hear you feeling down. Well, Let's move. I can hear you saying. I was a child, I heard a flavor. My hands got on turbulence. Now I got that feeling once again. Can't fade, never understand. Now I am. It's just a little bit.
Look. What came out better? Comfortably Numb from Pink Floyd or I Want to Be Sedated from the Ramones? I don't know. I think everybody was talking about being sedated and being numb. I like the word comfortably. Look. I'm not showing off my hair. I washed it, so I'm trying to make sure it's dry before I go to bed. I'm waiting for a walrus phone call here, and then I got to kill the show here. So I'm just trying to have some fun. I got to make sure my hair is dry. I don't use hair dryers because look. I talk about this all the time on my show. Look. And I know I got more than a handful of people. You guys are great. I just wanted to take a break from the Christmas stuff. And I wanted to no, I got to get away from the Christmas thing. This is where it gets tricky. Hold on a second. I have time on my side. That's pretty cool. I have time on my side. As long as I'm breathing, time is on my side. Could be my last breath. Could be my last breath of freedom. And I love talking to people about this because I know a lot of people that think I'm joking. Nelson Mandela, did we like him? Gandhi, did we like him? Jesus Christ died on the cross. Did we like him? Martin Luther King, John F. Kennedy Jr., did we like them? John Lennon, did we like him? I'm going to get banned for saying those names. The show is not political. I'm worldly. Hong Kong, whatever. The rights of mosquitoes to live. I like the Pope. The Pope smokes dope. Mother's Day is when your baby was born. Father's Day is when your baby was born. Symbolism. Symbolic bollocks. Train crash. Smart people always sit in the back of a train. Drinking water. Look. Some people say, Blicky, are you angry about something? Nah, that doesn't sound like my style.
But not today.
Oasis was one of their smash hits in England. I don't know how far that song made it into the US and A, or even parts of Europe. But that was one of their big, big early hits. Don't Look Back in Anger. Think about it. Look, you're watching The King of Acceptance. Looking back in anger. Number one, it's not healthy. Look. Neither is drinking the water in Flint. But you need water to live. You can wait for the government or local authorities or luck to supply you with bottled water for free. Or you can live with the disgusting truth of the now. I'm not here to make a judgment. I'm the king of acceptance. I remember the first time I got bullied in school. For anybody who knows me, yeah, it was a girl. And she punched me in the arm. I think I cried. I was in kindergarten. I know I complained to the teacher. Both of us got to stand in two different corners. For some strange reason, we never healed. I remembered her as, I think I said something funny to her. Some people know I'm flippant. But I usually don't start fights. I'm the one who finishes them. Sometimes it works. Most of the time, if somebody starts with me, they're already on the list. Everybody, look. Let me slow down here for a second. The walrus hasn't wrote to me yet. Let me slow. I've been playing a lot of music here. It is now, I finished for myself. It is now 0038 Central European Time. Look. I remember countless times where people can't keep their cool. People can't laugh at the reality of what life is. They never ever heard of George Carlin. They never read philosophy. People in the dark. They have their own path. Usually it's a learned concept. I don't know if it's in the DNA from birth. I think it's something that they get from their parents, grandparents, etc. That's just my theory. I could be wrong. I'm not a judge. Neither are you. Even if you are a judge, which I don't think any judge would watch my show. I mean, someone who has a piece of paper on their wall, all I have is like orchids, and books. Doesn't mean I'm smart. What was that movie? That's a Fact, Jack. Stripes. Look. Being the king of lo-fi for me, and I'm glad. Look. You don't have to really follow me. I think some people do. And the funny thing is, I know who does, and I know who doesn't. And I love playing music in lo-fi. It's always about the music. So we're going to play a request. This one goes out to Joan.
Haven't seen you since high school. Good to see you still beautiful. Gravity has its own into I get that you with your hand.
Down that smiling next day. 2 years since he left me. But I know that he got free. That time was keeping you down on your knees.
Make for better conversation.
It's gonna let you in. You're not holding out your head. Everybody loses. Y'all got bruises. Y'all got bruises. Have you seen him? How about her?
Nobody here. She's in Queens with the energy.
Funny that she said that about you. Can't survive. I'll never guess who I saw. Never told me.
You were best friends back to me. Okay, let's do this show again.
Seeing you stop what it's been.
Can't see how time flies by. Leaving your lips on my cry. These bruises make for better conversation. Losing survive and separate. Still let you in. You know only how you feel. Everybody loses. Y'all got bruises. Y'all These bruises make for better conversation. Losing the violence separates. It's good to know you got a friend. You remember now, yeah.
2, 3, 4.
Make for better conversation.
Train with Bruises. Scott Hott by request for Mr. Ben Arthur. Not here for you. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi live from Vienna. Hope it
How
goes great.
many times can I say it? I don't know why you don't think we can make it. If you just talk it out in a time when there's doubt, I know everything will fall into place. Every bridge that we cross is a meeting. Every line that we draw is a meaning. We say it in anger, we fall into danger. You not hear what I'm trying to say. You know I'll always be here for you. No matter what we both be going through. If we take a chance, now we can work it out. 'Cause we both have so much to lose. You know there's nothing without it. I put up the fight, yeah, it's true. Now it's down, I'm turning on the all the trials that we're facing, if we don't give up hope, then we've made it. And through all that we climb, we get stronger inside. Can't you hear what I'm trying to say? You know I'll always be here for you. No matter what we both be going through. If we take a chance, right now we can work it out. 'Cause we both got so much to lose. You know there's nothing without it. I put up the fight, yeah, it's true. Rolling the stone, I'm turning more into the burn You know I'll always be here for you, no matter what we both been going through. If we take a different route, we can work it out. 'Cause we both have so much to lose. You know I'll always be here for you, no matter what we both been going through. If we take a different route, we can work it out. 'Cause we both have so much to lose. You know there's nothing without it. I put up the fight, yeah, it's true. Rolling the stone, I'm turning more into yeah, burning down. I'll always be here for you. Yes, I'll always be here for you. Sunlight goes down every day. That's when Lydia starts to play. She has a lot of ways to hide. Someone will help her to decide. This is the time she's out of the start to fade. Seems like she really used to play. These masters are right. These masters are right. She will never back down. It's to me. These masters are right.
Oh, we went from Steve Hott. We went to Mr. Ben Harrison. And Ben Harrison has a request again, and I'm going to do it because, Ben, I love you, and everybody in my chat loves you. And we all wish you. I'm going to say a prayer right now. This show is not religious. I just believe in God. Our Father who art in heaven, thy great Father, I pray that you will watch over Mr. Ben Harson tomorrow at Blackbird Studios. We thank thee for the God-given talent that he does have, and we pray that tomorrow will be another one of his successful days in the studio. We pray that you would keep Ben on that straight and narrow path, which goes to your kingdom. We thank thee for all the gifts that you have bestowed upon Mr. Ben Arson and myself, Alec. We thank thee for the words, for the notes, for the rhythm. We pray that it satisfies you. Dear Father, in this moment, we would also love to thank your Son, Jesus the Christ, for showing us the path of humility, of conviction. Please keep us on that straight and narrow path. Dear Father, we ask for all these things in the name of your loving Son, Jesus the Christ. Amen. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
Now that it's all said and done, I can't believe you were the one to build me up and then tear me down. like an old abandoned house. What you said when you left just left me cold and out of breath. I felt if I was in way too deep. Yes, I heard you get the best of me. Well, now I'm down, but just started to these songs, dragging memories down the hall. Packed your bags and walked away. There was nothing I could say. And when you slammed the front door shut, the night of just opened up so big my eyes so I could see that you ever were the best for should have started a long time ago. And I never thought of doubt you, I'm better off without you.
Look.
Hi, my name is Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. Look. Great track, Ben. I hope it sounded good in lo-fi. I never heard that song, actually. Hold on a second. Let me double check. Daughtry, Over You. Only 59 million views. Look. I know this is going to be a contrast. Well, the Walrus still isn't here. Good. I'm having fun. I know, Ben, you're staying right next to the studio. Just be cool tonight, okay? Don't go that's so cuckoo on me here. But I'm going to play Running Around This Town right now. This is what Ben's recording tomorrow. This is my version from the 90s. Ben says it sounds like the 80s. Correct, because I recorded it in Austria. Don't get me wrong, it was on an Otari machine. And it was 48 track. We filled it up. We did some bouncing as well with the drums. But it was drum programming together with percussion. And Ben, you get to play real drums. And Ben, you are super mega. That's the coolest part. All you got to do is start with a dummy guitar and put on the real drums. Find a good bass player. I wish you could get the guy from Kings of Leon. If God really answers my prayer, I should have put Kings of Leon in the prayer. I want Kings of Leon. Every prayer, every wish is a prayer, they say. God hears everything, feels everything, knows everything, omniscient. But this is the skeleton of what Ben's going to be working with tomorrow. I think a lot of my people know this song already. I hope it sounds great on your end. I think I might have to turn it up, but we'll see. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi, running around this town. This is what Ben's doing tomorrow. Hope it sounds great.
Because you're not just in love, but you get it even older. The sun shine and make you wake up. In the morning, get into those shops before you go. It's even older. I guess that I because you're not just in love, but you get it even older. Sunshine and make you wake up. In the morning, you have to go shops before you go. It's even older. I guess that's
Running around this town from Whittier. Ben's going to record this tomorrow at Blackbird Studios. And I'm an old guy, so I'm very, very happy. I'm in a great, great mood. Thank you, Ben, for saying yes to that song. Look, make it a new version, okay? With your voice, your drums. It was mostly programmed drums. There was live percussion, and I played the bass on it, and there's live piano, and a lot of keyboards, and a lot of funny sounds, and all that stuff. And it's a big production. That took me 13 days to do. The recording I did in one day. So you're going to do recording tomorrow, and hopefully Brian is going to do all the other stuff. That song has it's over 3 keys. This is in my early days when I was doing songs over 3 keys. So it's I'm using the circle of fifths, and I wrote that song when I was like 30, and I was starting to get good at writing songs. And look, JB, it's PG-13. You're allowed to let it slip. Look. But if Brian, your producer right there, has any confusion, just call me up. I'm the writer, and I'm co-producing you from the other side of the planet. Meredith says deleted. I don't know. I didn't even read what he wrote. Okay, good. He deleted it. Look, thanks, Meredith. Look, all my mods, we're all on the same team here, okay? The Black is Respect show is about acceptance. And it is PG-13. Now, I know you're in a great mood. Oida, I'm speaking German now. Oida, that means buddy. Oida, actually, Oida means good buddy. I can't say the N-word on my show because I'll get in trouble for it. Oida is kind of means the N-word, but not really. Meredith's back in the chat. And we got requests going in like crazy glue here now. Well, actually, no, slow motion. That was dedicated, that last rock block was dedicated to Mr. Ben Arson. This one goes out to JB. I'll be honest with you. And Ben gets it. Trust me, I wouldn't be working with him. I met Ben before I met the Walrus. For anybody keeping score at home, I've known Ben Arson before I met Isabella. Okay? I'm trying to simplify everything for you guys. I've been working with Ben for a long, long time. Over 5 years. And actually probably almost exactly 5 years to this day because I met the Walrus in February. So Ben, this is our 5-year anniversary of hanging out together and writing songs together, working together, producing, and trying to sell stuff and working with tons of different studios. And you're not on your own right now in Blackbird because I'm still with you right now, okay? You can call me tomorrow whenever you want. I will be available, trust me. You're going to be there, what did you say? You start at 10 o'clock Central Time. So that for me, that's going to be, look, now I have to think. Look, I'll have the phone on. The Walrus is going to be gone all day. So I'm not going to do anything. It's a Sunday. All the stores are shut. I got tons of beer and I got tons of cigarettes. So all you got to do is just call me if anybody gets stuck. There's 3 key changes in that song. Everything, because you went up with the capo up a whole step. The song is now in the key of D. But I do the circle of fifths changes, and I hope that Brian can understand what I'm talking about. If not, then I have a guitar here and a bass here, and we can walk through anything that's tricky. Or you guys can do a totally different arrangement. That's fine too. I have no problem with it. You can even change words or whatever. If Brian says, let's change it to this. And I agree with Raging Cajun from earlier. Put some twang in it. I said I want slide guitar. So make it urban country rock. Because that version has no guitars. That's the only problem I had with that production was I only had 13 days, 2 weeks to record that song from beginning to the end. And at the end, I told my co-producer, I said, dude, man, the engineer, and he was co-producing. And I says, I want to put guitars on it and make it rocky. And he didn't let me do that. That's why, and Ben, so you know the rocky version from Deaf Like Betty. So I got 2 versions of that track. You're going to make the 3rd version. Make it kick ass, and that's PG-13. It doesn't have to be like, let me say it in a different way. It will not be complicated. It will be perfect, like Avril Lavigne by request for JB. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi.
What's up, boys?
So what do you guys want to do today?
Dude, you want to crush them all?
Nice.
Okay.
Let me clear my throat. Look. I'm in a great mood. Ben's in a great mood, and I hope all you guys are in a great mood. Feel the energy. Look, I think, look, I broke 10 for like the last 30 minutes. You guys are awesome. I love all you guys. Hello to my lurkers. The show is PG-13. If you're new because you found me on #beer, just join the chat. It's a cool chat here. We talk about music. We talk about positive things. We talk about beer. A lot of people like wine. Press thumbs up before you leave. I'm live in Vienna, and I'm working in Nashville right now. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Look, there's a pretend scratch. And I know a lot of people, they come and they go and all that stuff. And that's fine. But now the chat's like going like gangbusters, so don't even think that I'm going to keep up with you. But I'm like, if I hit 10 with thumbs up, then I get to sing Sinatra. But I know this show is tomorrow's going to say I had 1 million people watching. So while our show says, well, of course you had a lot of people watching because you went on for a long, long time. Well, she's not home yet. So guess what I want to do? Listen to music. Why? Because I'm producing Ben Arson. This is my job. It's funny. People think, maybe I make money from that. My job is to be Blackie Fitzpatrick, be a music producer, be a writer. And look, I love everything with notes. And the cool, even Steven deal is that everything with notes likes me. And I'm over 50. And I'm not a liar. I'm a Christian. Clink! Cheers from Vienna. If the Warwick doesn't come home, no, Joan comes in with music is the best. Correct. Okay, my time, 5 o'clock. Okay, good. Until 1 in the morning, I'll be awake. I'm going to write that in my book, buddy. Yeah, I'll be available. If there's any questions or whatever, you call me up, okay? See, I'm actually semi-serious. Here's my schedule. What's it say on the top? Hashtag I'm ready. Actually, I've been doing this for a long time. So 5 p.m. Thank you, Ben. 5 p.m. And I always write down VA. It's in the book. A lot of people know me as a jokester, and even when I produce, it sounds like I'm like trying to be a comedian. Oh, guess what producers do? They like to lighten the mood. Even when they're serious, they like to lighten the mood. Why? Sometimes in the studio can be a little bit of pressure. Luckily, Ben's been in the studio like a million times. Don't worry, Ben. I don't have to write down one. I'll be with you the whole time. Spiritually, first start. Okay? First start. Spiritually, numero uno. Press thumbs up before you leave, lurkers. Show some common decency. Hey, stars in that. Hey, star. The girlfriend, press thumbs up. We're talking about Mr. Ben Arson. Tomorrow is the big day in Nashville at studio. And we're all trying to send out a positive energy. Okay? Now, okay. Oh, no, I'm singing Sinatra. I got 10. Now, Greenie is Starscream for anybody who knows her from other channels and stuff. I think I'm going to have one more beer and have a little party. I know I had JB on, and he said he wanted to do a show later, and I think Dean was on for a little bit, and he wants to do a show. But you know what? Sorry, guys. I'm going to stick here with Mr. Ben Arson. And hi, Carol. And anybody else knew if I forgot? Look. Everybody knows I can't read the chat when it's going so. You know how many people have been in my chat? Scroll back and find out how many people are in my chat. Look, this show is probably either going to be one of my best shows or one of my worst. But I'm in a good mood. I really am, actually. I feel grounded. There's a, I shouldn't say this joke. Anthony S. No, what's his name? William S. Burroughs. There's a William S. Burroughs joke. I should play that song next. Mine says 13 watching and 10 thumbs up. There's a William S. Burroughs joke, which I love, when I was an atheist. And it says, never, and this is PG-13, never do business with a religious son of a bitch because they have God on their side. And as I got older and I turned into a Christian again, I realized what an atheist is talking about. It's okay to be an atheist. I studied atheism for a while. For years, actually. And then I realized that it had something to do with me seeing Jesus in prison. Anybody who knows my show knows what I'm talking about. I don't have to repeat that. Sometimes people don't like it when I say that story, but it's true. So I'm a believer, like the Monkees. Kent, cheers from Vienna. Maybe I should play that song. Actually, you know what? I should play that song because that's just perfect. Ben, I'm going to play that song, the Monkees. Look. I'm not monkeying around here. And Ben, don't get drunk, please. But the other one, Daydream Believer. They like the word believe. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi.
Love is only true fairy tales, and for someone else, but not for me. Our love was out to get me. That's the way it seemed. Disappointment hiding on my dreams. Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. I will pray. Down in my mind. Then you know. Love is more or less forgiven again. It seems the more I think, the less I don't. Well, it's easy trying, and all you get is pain. When I needed sunshine on my brain, when I saw her face, now I'm a believer. Her face, out of my mind, in love. That's the way it seems. Disappointment hiding on my dreams. I then saw her face. I'm a believer. Her face. Out in my mind. In love. I'm a believer. It's all I say. I'm a believer. Out of my mind. I'm a believer. I'm a believer.
The Monkees. Hold on a second. Oh no, I just got a message from the walrus. Okay, it's time to kill the show. Okay. I'm going to do Sinatra and I'm going to kill it. JB or Dean the Dance Machine, come on. I got to kill the show. Oh, man, you guys have been great, though. I can't believe I got up to a big number. That was really great. And I have to, I don't know, I'm going to go in the other room and get another beer. And look, the message was, I'm in a taxi. Okay. How long? Taxi. Okay, I got to kill it. I'm killing it. No Doobie Brothers. I'm doing it this way. Ben, tomorrow you do it this way. My way. Which means your way. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled each and every highway and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few. But then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. And through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall, and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way. Yes, it was my way. Life is good. God bless all. I'm a believer. Okay, she can come home and hear the Doobie Brothers. You've been watching the King of Lo-Fi. Thanks, guys. Time to say ciao, ciao for now. Wonderful beliefs? Look, I just sang Sinatra, full power. The energy is inside of all of us. Hold on to it. It keeps us alive.
Watching her life, she must have so smile for his nostalgia. Never coming near what you wanted to say, only to be wrong. Never really was. She really as she rises to her apology, everybody else wants you to know. Watching her go. Keep shining, you can still believe there's a person alive. Someday, someday, she will return. She will return. It is not. As it rises to your apology, everybody else wants you to know. Watching her
You've been watching the Black Fitzpatrick Show. I will answer the last question I got from the chat. That was from Joan. The answer is things are going back on track. You've been watching the King of Lo-Fi. I will see you guys. I don't think I'm doing a show tomorrow. I'm going to hang out with Ben, and the Walrus is coming back. Officially, I'm doing my next show on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So, but who knows? I might come on whenever. But the message that I'm getting right now is that things are going back on track. Things got a little bit screwy, and things are going back on track. And correct, everyone's talking about Kim and Carol. God is great, but He gives us free will. And deep down, people are good, but sometimes things get. Look, they talk about planets and moons, and look. I got to kill the show. I promised the Walrus that I would be quiet when she says she's in a taxi. She'll be here in like 2 seconds. I love you guys. Ciao for now. Great show, though. Awesome show. Thank you guys for making it awesome for all of us. Ciao for now. See you guys in December.